Hello, old friend. As I look into this camera, I can see deeply into your soul, which is how I know you're thinking, last week we talked about the maelstrom of evil that flows through everybody's favorite slip and slide. We better start bashing wieners as soon as possible in an effort to promote gender equality. And I must say, I agree with you. Why am I so confident about starting a fight with my Washington Monument, you might ask? Well, it's because we've been wrestling every day for the past 17 years, and I haven't lost a match.
It's time to start the show, it's time to start the show. Ready, go!
Hey, asshole! Why don't you stand down, soldier? You don't have to be one of those military psychos that's ready to go to war at a minute's notice. Maybe you should ask the general before you clear yourself for takeoff. First of all, ever since we hit puberty, you've been kind of a dick. You know, a little too cocky. You can really cramp my style when you show up uninvited. For instance, when I was younger, I used to stay over at a friend's house. Imagine my surprise when you woke up a half hour before I did, and then all of my friends are sitting around using my shorts as a sundial. And of course you wake me up, right before Emma Watson has the chance to Expelliarmus off my pants and make me expecto my patronum all up inside her chamber of secrets. You had to ruin that, didn't you selfish prick? Guys, I don't know why our peepees wake us up at the exact moment when we're about to slither in. And by the way, fuck you, Willie. Fuck you right in the pee hole. But someone needs to do some serious science and make that shit stop. So I'll try to put this in terms that women can understand. It's kind of like if somebody slapped your brand new copy of the 50 Shades of the Twilight games out of your hand and it fell into a barrel of AIDS, and as you tried to reach for it to stop it, you dropped your iPhone. And then, sneakily, up behind you, crept a little tiny ninja man who did an axe kick that hit you on the cunt coming up and crushed your phone going down. And as you tried to deal with this life-shattering and unfortunate series of events, Hitler takes away your birthday. While we've all been to Camp Morningwood a time or two, we know that really, it's not that bad. Except for trying to pee, which you can solve if you have a urinal on your ceiling, or a complicated series of tubes. Or hey, maybe you just have a general lack of respect for the walls of your shower. I declare that there is a much more evil plan that has been executed many times by every young man's cheddarwurst. And you know it well, boys. It's the dreaded in-class Bonertron 9000. Now I think upon graduating college, every teacher is given an implant along with their diploma, and its one function is to find any kid in class who's reading from a hard copy, if you know what I mean. Those bastards will look you right in the face every single time, and they'll say, "Jimmy, would you like to come to the board and answer the question?" Yes, maybe my teachers did talk like that. I don't have to explain anything to you. And I'm like, "Hey teacher, how would you like to suck my ass?" Of course you have to go answer the question, which means that one things is going to happen right now. You're going to try to flip the helmet of your little war hero up into the elastic band of your underwear. The last thing that you need is thin revealing fabric, especially if the elastic in your underwear fails to keep your Tiger Wood under control. Now if you're one of the goobers who never got called on with a raging hard-on, why don't you go ahead and leave a comment below explaining to me what it's like to have a life where everything works out just fucking great. Of course even that asshole probably knows about the next trick, because we've all deployed it at one time or another. And that is the famous Trapper Keeper trick. When you see a guy walking down the hallway holding his books and binder in front of his dick bag, it's probably because he's got a massive erection that he could be using for batting practice if he wanted. But for me, the worst was always the dancing, prancing pony. And if you don't know what I mean by that, then you never went to a school dance and got a little close to the girl of your dreams. And you're like, "Oh hey, it's time for us to be super best friends right now. Maybe I'll have a girlfriend after tonight." And you dance to a slow dance, and you get a little too close, and next thing you know, you're poking her in the belly button with your pecker. Awesome job, penis! If I had any less self-control, we'd be glued together after this song was done. Don't get me wrong, Captain Hammer, I know it sounds like I'm giving you a real waxing right now, but I actually appreciate your enthusiasm. However, I think we should go over a handful of times where Operation Lock and Load should just be taken completely off the table. For instance, funerals. Definitely not. Ever. We should probably try to keep it down at work, too. Unless, of course, we're in break, in the bathroom, and nobody else is in the bathroom. Locker room? Definitely not. So before I go, I think we should probably do a little bit of a quiz, just to make sure that we're all on the same page here. Should a guy get a boner in a grocery store just because he hasn't seen porn for a week, and the really hot girl in front of him is wearing yoga pants so tight that I could see her butthole? The answer, of course, is yes, because she's clearly trying to give people a hard time, considering she's wearing pants that had to be installed by a pit crew. Okay, love you, bye! I got boogers.
Jimmy, would you like to come to the board and answer the question?
What, you're gonna tell me that your teachers didn't talk like that? Fuck you! But for me, the worst was always the dancing, prancing pony. Could you hear those papers rustling? Because that would have ruined the shot. Swear to God, it's fucking booger city up in here. Just all in there. Considering it took a few pulleys and a stick of butter and a trampoline to get her pants on in the morning. However, I think we should probably go over a few times where guys should probably not initiate Operation Lock and Load. Cock and load? Lock and load. Cock? Load. Puns? No.